Hi guys, I'm here to demonstrate, it's a recipe rather, that I use to actually help in the fight with COVID. This recipe helps to break down the phlegm, and it helps to do more than to break down the phlegm. It helps you to breathe. Even if you're at your worst state, where you have this shortness of breath, it gets so bad. It gets so bad to the point where it scares you. It feels like you have some serious asthma, chronic asthma. So even if you're at that point, you can make this recipe and it'll help you. It'll give you this relief that you're looking for. So as you can see, we have a can of milk. It can be fresh milk, gallon milk. What I did was I poured less than half a can. If you're doing it for one person, you can put half a can of milk in here. Or you can put less than half a can. And then I'm putting like a teaspoon of clove into the milk to let everything boil together. Also cinnamon sticks. I'm putting in 3 cinnamon sticks. Because it's for a demonstration, no, I'm not using a half a can. If it was half a can, it would have probably reached up to here. And especially if you're doing it for one person, you don't need a whole can of milk. So I'm gonna let the milk, the clove, and the 3 cinnamon sticks to come to a boil. You could let it boil for a good 5 minutes under low heat. Just make sure it doesn't stick and burn. Constantly stir it. Okay? While this is happening, you don't want to close it all the way so it doesn't overboil. So it doesn't boil over. Alright. So this recipe calls for boiled milk with clove, garlic, onion, lemon or lime, egg, definitely aloe vera. You're not going to use this whole leaf. You're also going to need honey, rum, whichever rum that you have access to. I already showed you the cinnamon. If you do not have cinnamon sticks, you can also use powder. You would just put 1 teaspoon. Just for one person. Nutmeg. If you don't have the whole nutmeg, you can use ground nutmeg, just like cinnamon. And again, this is clove. Garlic. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I am going to cut up a nice piece of the aloe vera. And because say you're doing it for one person, you're doing it for yourself, you don't need that much. I'm going to remove the outer leaf. I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. Why? Because I know time is of the essence. You want to put this into the blender, like a nice piece like this, for one person. If it's more than 1 people you're doing it for, if you're doing it for more than 1 person rather, maybe you want to use a bigger chunk of the aloe vera. The gooey stuff. Pop it into the blender. Get rid of all the excess. Okay. And then you want to drop 2 cloves of garlic into the blender. I'm gonna cut it up a little bit more. Into the blender that goes. So you have your aloe vera, your inner leaf, the gel, the gooey stuff, 2 garlic cloves. You want to put half of a lemon because you're just doing it for one person. If you're doing it for more than one person, you want to use the entire lime or lemon. Put that in there. Remember, these things were pre-washed. I already went ahead and cracked the egg. Put all that into the blender. And then you want to put in your onion. Because you're doing it for one person, half of an onion because it's strong. This stuff gets really strong. You don't want to wash the onion. Why not? Because you don't want to it diminishes the strength of the onion. It takes away the strength when you wash it. You want to cut your onion, drop it into the blender. The red onion is stronger, so I prefer the red onion. Okay, so you have your aloe vera, you have your 2 cloves of garlic, you have your half a lemon or lime, or you could use lemon zest, but I like using the entire lemon. Why? Because it's stronger. And then half of a red onion. Okay, so now you're almost ready to blend. You're almost ready. Now we have the milk. It's nice and ready because it's boiled. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the sticks, okay? I'm gonna drop it over here. I'm trying to hurry. I'm making a mess. Because the milk is hot, it helps to cook your egg. So don't worry about it, because I don't like raw eggs either. I don't eat raw eggs. I don't drink raw eggs. But this helps. Okay, so you want to start blending. What are we blending? We are blending the aloe vera, your 2 cloves of garlic in there, half of an onion, half of a lemon chopped up, 1 egg, and then the boiled milk that was boiling with the cinnamon sticks along with the cloves. And now we're gonna grate the nutmeg. And we don't want to put too much. Careful with your fingers. And if you already have ground nutmeg, that's even better. It smells fresher when you ground it. I have ground nutmeg. If you have ground nutmeg and you don't have the whole nutmeg, that's fine. You can just put a teaspoon full of the ground nutmeg into your mixture. Alright, pour that in there. And now we start blending. You gotta put honey. Put this much honey. This is raw honey. If you don't have raw honey, you could use regular honey, whatever honey you have. You're trying to save your life. You don't have to put as little as I did. Again, this is just for demonstration. If you want it to be a little bit sweeter, you would put a little bit more honey. Okay? And then you want to put your rum. I'm using Ray and Nephew. But if I had the Haitian rum, the 5-star, even the 8-star, stuff is strong, I would have used it. But I have, this one is pretty good too. So I'm putting 1 big tablespoon of the rum into the mixture. 1 or 2. Some people would put more, of course, but I can only handle 1 or 2. I'm not a drinker. I'm doing this to save my life. And then you go back to blending it. You want to put it on puree. And you want to convince yourself this stuff tastes really good. You want to convince yourself. Because you know what, guys? It helps. Now, remember, if you do not have cinnamon sticks, it's fine. You can also drop in 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in there. And even to reinforce it, to reinforce the cinnamon, because the cinnamon is really hot, it helps to heat up your chest, to break down the phlegm also. Because the whole problem is the mucus. You want to break that crap out of you. Get it out. You can put a little bit more than this. This is just to reinforce my cinnamon. Put it in there. Blend it some more. Glass, pour it in. You can drink this much or even less to start out with. Just hold your breath and swallow it. I'm not gonna lie to you, it does not taste that good. It doesn't taste good, but for crying out loud, it helps you to breathe and it stops your shortness of breath. Trust and believe, when it comes time to save your life, you don't care about taste. There's no way this thing is gonna taste good, okay? It's not. It's medicine, but it works. Oh, and remember, it did work for me, so I really hope it works for you. This is like an old Haitian recipe. They use it for pneumonia. They use it for upper respiratory issues. And you know, the COVID, what it does is it gives you pneumonia, it gives you shortness of breath, it does create mucus in the lungs, and this stuff helps to clear out the mucus, even though it contains milk and eggs. But because the milk is boiled, it works. It helped me so much. It really did. So I really hope it works for you too, okay? Alright guys, take care. Godspeed. Bye.